Hey guys, how's it going? Oh man, I hope you guys are doing well and having a good start to the year. I mean, if it's already trashed and burned, that's cool. That's cool. We can pick it up. We can pick it up again. We got this. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. Goals and I don't really get on. Just like TBRs and I don't really get on. So basically, I'm making this so that this time next year, I can look at myself and have some kind of content to the effect of ha 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 ha, you poor naive creature. That's what we're going for here. So we're just setting that up. We're just setting that up right now. I have some like loose goals and I'm going to talk to you about them. So let's do it. Why am I taking so long? Let's get into the video. These are in no particular order. They're just the order that I wrote them down in my notebook because all goals are important. My first goal for 2018 is to continue unhauling books. I have a very small collection of books, that's why I like it. You know, I'll do me, you do you. I don't really have a number on how big I want my library to be, but at the moment it's sitting at under 50 books and I like it at that spot. So, you know, we're gonna do a one in, one out system. I really like having my absolute favorite books on my shelf. It's very rare that I buy a book before I've read it. Normally I'll read it from the library or an audiobook or a friend or whatever, and then I go and buy the book. And that's basically because I've been burned before by buying books before I've read them and being hella disappointed and being like, oh, so much money. And books are not cheap. Books are a luxury item and I have to be selective. That's how it is. So I'm going to continue to unhaul books that I'm either not going to read or just have no intention of rereading or were like less than 3-4 stars for me because there's no real reason to have them on my shelf that I can see. There's no real reason for me to pack them into boxes and move them from house to house. So that's one of my other goals, is to acquire some of the books by my favorite authors, particularly ones that I've already read. And high on that list is Sarah Moss. I really love her writing. I feel like I learn so much when I read her books. I love that she doesn't shy away from depressing elements, I guess, of motherhood and the roles that women take in society. I think that's really interesting. She writes that kind of relentlessness of parenthood. I think as someone who is like contemplating being a mother in the future at some point over there, I think it's important to recognize that it's not all like cute onesies, which is a good reminder for me. Good reminder. One of the little projects that I've just kind of set for myself is I want to reread the Harry Potter series and annotate it. On the morning of January 1st, I went on Gumtree and was just like, where are them hardbacks? And got this one. This is Just Chuck It is over there somewhere. This is the first book. It's very large print, which is kind of annoying because I'd rather they do smaller print with bigger spaces so I can write my notes in. But that's, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But what I intend to do is read through the books, annotate them, just, I guess, think a bit more deeply and critically about the Harry Potter world. And I also want to collect the hardback series and purchase some house dust jackets for them because Ravenclaw pride. The next goal that I have is I want to read a more kind of environmental, kind of sustainable topics in terms of nonfiction. I am really interested in how we can like practically save the world. I acknowledge that there are lots of different ways that we can save the planet and I'm just trying to work out what I can do. And I just want a bit more literature to help me with that. I am particularly interested in books that are researched and not incredibly biased because I think that's one of the dangers with this kind of literature is like it's very one-sided and very kind of, I found this quote to support my argument rather than like what is actually going on. So that's something that I want to take on board and see if I can do a bit more this year. The next goal I have for myself is I want to participate in at least 2 readathons this year. Like, say this and I say it again, TBRs and I are just like, it's just hard. It's really hard. The struggle is real. And like, I participated in the Holiday Adventure-a-thon in December, and I had a lot of fun. I was super disappointed I got sick. Kind of sad that I missed the tail end of that, but one of the things I really loved about that readathon was like the community and like chatting to people, and just warmed my heart, and it just like made me remember what it is that I love about BookTube. So I definitely want to participate in more of those. I need to work out what is actually achievable for me, because I think that sometimes as soon as something becomes required reading, I like lose interest in it completely. So I need to find the balance of like what is actually achievable for me. But yeah, work in progress. I'll check in with that a bit later. The next thing I want to be able to do is, this is kind of a twofold thing. I want to be a bit more vigilant of what I'm putting on Goodreads. Sometimes as soon as I finish a book, I want to like record it on Goodreads, and I just kind of put my initial brain dump of information. But I want to try and do a bit more comprehensive reviews, so that I can actually have something reasonable to say, or I can understand what I was saying when I'm looking at the book in a few years in the future. Because sometimes there's a few books I have which are just in capital letters, nope. And it's just like, I've clearly felt very strongly about that book, but it tells me nothing. So I want to be a bit more on top of that. I also want to try and review more books on BookTube. I didn't realize how time consuming it would be. The book reviews is my favorite part of BookTube. I love watching other people's book reviews, and they're the reason why I am here and I'm not doing them, and I feel really strongly about that. So I need to get my act together and do some book reviews. So I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, so that's the plan. In terms of like my goals for this channel, I don't know, because like I don't even know what this like the future is going to hold. That sounds so lame, but like no, really. I'm currently fun employed, which means I have a lot of time on my hands, which is handy because applying for jobs and looking for houses and making a wedding dress takes some time. So I'm busy right now. This has been a really lovely creative outlet for me, and I want to keep doing that because I think that is good for my brain space. But I don't want it to get to a point where I'm stressed about BookTube, so that's the line that I'm going to be taking. This for me is a lot of fun, and when it's not fun anymore, then I won't do it, basically. So to keep it fun for me, I am going to be pretty particular about the kind of content I put up here. I'm going to be trying to put the kind of content I want to see up here. I want to continue doing some creative videos because I really enjoy doing those, but I don't want them to become work, if that makes sense. Something that I promised myself when I started was that I'm not going to get hung up on the numbers, and I'm just going to keep producing content that I want to see. So yeah, I mean, if other people like what I'm doing and come and join me, then that's really lovely, because I mean, like with any art, if you don't have an audience, it's kind of a bit boring. I really enjoy how much engagement I have with you guys, and I really want to keep that up because you're real people out there. That's kind of like blowing my mind right now, just like you're probably going, but like you're not real, you're just inside my phone, computer, etc. You know, we're all coming to terms with the fact that both of us are real, and we exist in the world, and we can talk to each other. Nuts. It's so cool. So I want to keep doing that. I want to keep chatting with you guys. You know, if I ever get to the stage where trolls arrive, and we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that together. Thank you so much for joining me. I want you to know how much I appreciate you. Like, an artist is nothing without an audience. So, like, you guys are the best. And I just want to say a big thank you to anyone and everyone who has talked about me to other people. In the freelance world, you get jobs by people talking about how nice/great you were to work with. In my brain, there is no higher honor. If I'm making the kind of stuff that you want to talk about, that is just, it's the best. It's such a good feeling. So thank you is what I'm trying to say here. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. All the best for 2018. All the best for your goals. I wish you so well. And also just like remember, we are human people. you know, we mess up. We mess up, we get up, we try again. That's how it works. So please don't be sad if things don't work out. This is also a message for me in the future. Having the courage to dream big every single time is kind of what makes us awesome. So I'm gonna dream big. I'm gonna see how far I can get. And then next year I'm gonna reassess and probably dream big again because that's how I am. Yeah, Happy New Year, guys, and see you all in the next one. Bye. I'm still surprised that people want to be friends with me. I'm surprised that you're here chatting with me. It's really nice. You're really nice. Oh god, what am I saying? This is like a really bad first date. Can we just we'll just scrap all of this.